there's only one movie that can pop in between the two. The new X-Men movie. That's the only movie that can pop in between the two.
I got one more.
Which one?
Spider-Man 4.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think he's gonna be an integral part. And I think they might build the story up for him, and then I think he's gonna land a big way in Secret Wars.
Welcome back to the Break Room. We're in a post. Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MCU world, so what could be next for Marvel with their Doomsday and Secret Wars plans? I'm Evan. Joining me today are Jay Washington.
Hey, I'm gonna say this from the bottom of my heart to everyone who I've met at Comic-Con this past weekend. Yo, if you came and showed me love, to the one dude who was so shocked to see me, he was like, "You're real. I'm a human. Okay, I exist in real life." That's all I want to say.
And Coy Jandreau.
We didn't know that was coming. This is the first time we've heard that. I couldn't have predicted what he might say next. Tune into Twitch to hear the rehearsal. That was very different. But genuinely, Comic-Con is where I'm reminded that when we sit in these dark rooms and stare into lenses, that there are people on the other side of them. Because frankly, this is the weirdest job ever. And we just stare into lenses and speak out. The difference between us and being homeless.
What?
I'm walking around the streets and people are just muttering to themselves. We just do it on camera. And frankly, the reason we can eat is because of people watching. And the only difference between us and them is there's people listening. So the only difference between us and homeless is you guys. So I appreciate it.
That's hilarious.
Oh boy. Yeah, anything else you guys wanted to say about Comic-Con? I wasn't able to attend, unfortunately, but it was very fun covering it here in Burbank on Saturday. But
wait, do people know that's where we are? I thought we were in Nova Scotia.
I thought we were in Canada. This is what happens.
What the fuck?
Host Evan coming out, fighting producer
We're gonna take it all, and we're gonna start all the way back from the top.
Okay. Nova Scotia.
Shouts out to the cast of The Boys, though, for real. Got a chance to hang with them Friday and Saturday, and Thursday, matter of fact. To find out a lot of them actually watch us.
Oh,
you know, shouts out to Susan Hayward, who played Sister Sage, for all the love she showed. Shouts out to Jesse T. Usher, you know, Nathan Mitchell, everybody, man, Claudia Doom, all of them, man. It was such a blast. They say, you know, you meet some celebrities from TV shows, and a lot of us are privy to that as friends. You know, Corey, you know that as well. We have people that we know that write these shows, direct these shows, you know, and are starring in these shows, and they're friends of ours. And shouts out to my bro Malcolm Barrett. You know, man, watching Malcolm get all that love from people, bro, this weekend, I was so happy for my friend, for my brother, because like every 5 steps we'd walk, and we just chilling, we talking. Somebody go, "Yo!" I'm like, "Hey, brother, that's on you. Take care of that." So man, it was a great time.
I really had a good time this con. It felt like 2019. It felt like
Yes, it did.
You know what I mean?
It felt like Comic-Con, baby.
And it was really special to have that energy back, and that energy kind of sustains. I consider cons the anti-internet. It's a place to celebrate instead of denigrate. It's a place to show joy instead of hate. It's a place of really just it's a victory lap, because you look at the year past and it's celebrating all the stuff you'd seen, a little taste of the year to come. So to me, Comic-Con's my sanity. It's summer camp, so I got to host some panels. I got to debut a lot of really cool Hellboy stuff. I love Hellboy, so I was the Crooked Man host. And that was an honor. Like I was on stage with Mike Mignola, who like was one of the artists that taught me different art styles through like growing up. So I had a great time. My voice is going too. I think we're both in the same boat of because it's like panels by day, social by night, late night choices, and then like repeat. And then we're like right back to work. And then yesterday I had, we did a live stream at Rejects, and then I went right to a junket for Speak No Evil. So I went right from seeing the cast of Speak No Evil in San Diego to sitting down with the cast of Speak No Evil at like a junket. So I've like, I haven't stopped talking. Like I just had like.
When did you get down to Comic-Con?
Wednesday at like 10.
Oh my God.
10 a.m.
I got down there like
noon. 5 full days.
I got like down there like noon.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got down there, after I checked in, it was like, checked in my hotel, it was like, go, 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 go.
Have you done any coverage yet for I'm just filming the
I did some coverage for Cinelinx like a couple of years right before COVID.
Okay.
Right before things changed, because after COVID, you know.
No, but this year, have you done your have you this is the first time I'm talking Rejects live streaming this the first time I'm talking about it.
No,
I haven't filmed my own stuff.
No.
I'm
I'm just waiting on one of these lovely outlets that I work for to be like, hey Jay, you have great poignant views, and we love what you bring to our network and our camera.
Perhaps
on our
the
desk.
Breakroom and new Rockstars.
You know, I'm just.
I feel like they might have.
That might be a thing.
I think it might have occurred.
You know, listen. What I'm saying is, I know we have 2 illustrious hosts on the new Rockstars channel.
Perhaps.
And Eric Voss. Ross and Jessica Clemens, and we both love them deeply, right?
Deeply. Saw them both at Comic-Con. Love them.
You know, and Jessica kept texting me, asking me where I was, and I was like, I'm in these streets. And so, but I feel
very
like
unhelpful. They did not find each other because Jay was simply in
these streets. And so,
no address.
You know,
no cross street.
I'm just saying. Look, I'm like what's his name? What was Peter Dinklage's? It was a whole bunch of ties and Lannisters.
Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion.
Got you.
I'm like Tyrion Lannister.
He drinks and knows things.
I knows things, and I'm telling you again, the RDJ conversation before quote unquote journalists broke it on their site was talked about here
months ago.
We got receipts.
Who was also telling you what Secret Wars is? Oh, I haven't told you. I'll wait to drop that on y'all because I've known what Secret Wars is. I knew about the cameos in Deadpool. I told them about that. So again, guess where I told them at though? I love my family here at the Breakroom and New Rockstars, and I stand on it. So guess what? Everybody gonna be like, well, Jay was talking about everybody else trying to break shit. You damn right he said it, and he ain't got no voice.
Comic-Con 2024.
Well, yeah, months ago. I'll see if I can find it. We'll play it in post if we have something on recording. But before we get to that, just want to shout out that dude, Toxic Rogue One. Thank you for the gift subs. Thank you for subbing. But on the topic of RDJ being cast, what are your guys' what was your guys' initial reactions to that? I mean,
I was on a panel. I was actually, I had the Hellboy panel and the Alien Rogue Incursion panel back to back. So the entirety of the panel I was on stage. So I didn't get any data because I was literally like, it was one into the other. And it was 6 BCF right to 60 E. So you literally crossed the street.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I had nothing, right? So I went from a 2,000 person room. I didn't have time to even open Twitter. So I knew nothing.
Yeah.
My fiance was very sweet and she literally had a phone prepared to play it for me. So I didn't find out.
Oh my God.
Like it was so sweet.
Yeah,
she literally got up. She was like, don't check anything. And had to press play. So I got to literally. That's why I put a ring on it. Like, what a moment. She knew.
So I didn't get a chance to actually meet her when y'all walked up together at EW because I saw you walk in. I was out talking to Perry. So, but I just want to say,
she's the best. She's great. She's great.
You look so happy.
You look
so happy.
It's crazy how little like work matters when you actually love something in your life. So again, like he does. But like she had the video ready, and then my friend Jasmine filmed it. So I actually have a video of me seeing it for the first time, which is pretty special. And I didn't know because you don't know how you feel in the moment unless you see it later. And my first reaction was no, yes, no, and I like am as conflicted now with time as I was when watching it.
Yeah.
I overall think it is something that I'd like to be proven wrong with. I don't think it's necessarily as desperate as a lot of people would make it out to believe. Because I could see there being an element of it that was planted in the beginning. Because there's some beautiful symmetry of ending phase 3 with Downey, ending phase 6 with Downey. I love that symmetry. But at the same time, if it's not a leap to get people back in the seats, I would have saved it for a reveal in the movie.
I know a lot of people said that part.
And like, there's no comic precedent. Everybody's like, well, there's a what if issue where they body swap. Yeah, in college, and it's Earth 110079. It's not relevant. And then there's like Infamous Iron Man, which is Iron Man that is Doom in his suit, not the other way around. It's not like Tony Stark got corrupted. Then there's a Superior Iron Man, which is literally what if Iron Man became Elon Musk, which isn't relevant to Doom. Then there's literally an issue of Exiles where Iron Man goes on a killing spree and kills Magneto and Doom, and then he wears Doom's cloak. There's no comic precedent. Everybody's like, oh, I'll read the comics. It's not that, certainly, but I do hope they can prove me wrong by doing something that tells a story that makes it worth what, as of this moment, feels false.
So here's the thing I've stated, and I was telling this to Evan, and I was telling this to Dashiell here as well, and I was telling this to other people. You're looking at this, and I say you, just some fans and just in general people. Phases 5 and 6 are the end of the MCU as you know it. Plain and simple. Secret Wars is the end of everything. Just like Crisis on Infinite Earths is the end of everything in DC. If you're going to end the MCU as its current iteration, who better to end it with than who started it? Now, that isn't saying that after everything resets after Secret Wars, that Downey is your Doom. Everybody keeps saying, is he a Tony Stark variant? I believe he's Victor Von Doom in another universe. They said it too. They made sure in their announcement, the multiverse saga. We all, granted, yes, I know some people feel a certain way about Kang being gone and not being replaced. I understand that, but you have to look at the situation with Jonathan Majors. It is what it is. You move on from it, unfortunately, right? they told you there are variants and variations of people. Sylvie is a prime example of that. Evan and I were discussing this. Sylvie is a what? A Loki. Granted, Loki wanted to bone himself, which if I looked that hot, I'd probably
live your life.
Live your life.
Yeah. Personally, I'd make choices.
Choices. So I understand why I think the anger, and I'll use that term loosely, from a lot of people online, is that Victor Von Doom wasn't their choice of who they wanted to be Victor. I see so many people go, Cillian Murphy was right there, which is true.
Sure, yeah.
But we don't know. Remember, there's only, I hate to say it this way, there ain't that many stars left in the game that haven't been in the MCU, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know what Feige's plans are for all these different people. Giancarlo Esposito is now officially out of the running, I guess you could say, for Magneto or Professor X. He's Sidewinder, okay?
Right.
So when Kevin Feige is picking these celebrities to do these roles, it is that expression in Feige we trust. We are not, I say this more so than anything, we are not the studios, we are not the producers, we are not the writers. So we cannot influence their decisions. Well, what about the box office? You are gonna go see it one way or another. I'm gonna be real with you.
Well, this has more excitement than it had.
And yes,
It's in the top 15 Instagram videos of all time in 24 hours.
That's crazy. And that's crazy. So yeah, I think people, regardless how you feel, regardless how I feel, we don't even know the story.
I think we were going to see it no matter what. And now people that weren't necessarily going to see it are now going to see it. I think from a business standpoint,
it's a genius move.
Yeah, so I'm already invested. So
and I'm a business major. I know business move. I'm a business major. I'm like, yo, if you're going to make look, you knew Deadpool Wolverine. Deadpool 3 was going to grab probably $1 billion with Ryan Reynolds in the MCU.
Yeah.
It was probably going to grab $1 billion. But then you added Hugh Jackman, it guarantees $1 billion.
And probably $1.5 billion comfortably now. Comfortably. Yeah.
And so when you're looking at movies going, you need something to go, Doomsday is finna do this. So now if you got Doomsday, which is your 5th Avengers movie, that's going to guarantee get you $1 billion, you have no idea what's in store for Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And that's why I think they saved a lot of X-Men. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's intentional.
Yeah, I mean, I personally enjoy it. I think there's a lot of interesting things that they can do with a character that looks like Tony Stark, there's a lot of different situations that can even be used in if they address that.
Can you imagine, the Avengers of our Earth discovering that there are other universes? The only person who knows is it really just, I think you could say Scott is the only person that kind of knows. And does he even know about...
Strange knows.
Yeah.
Strange, of course, knows. Yeah, Strange knows. But as far as variants, that's what I'm talking about. So can you imagine all of a sudden there's this dude, Victor Von Doom, they hear about in this other universe?
Well, Peter Parker knows he's met him. Scarlet Witch knows she's traveled. Doctor Strange
Did she go to... Did Scarlet Witch travel through multiple different universes?
Yeah, she met other hers.
To
for
find
her kids.
the...
Oh, yeah, for the kids. You're right.
That madness she went
that madness she went to the verse. Yeah, you're right. It's in the title.
But you know what I mean? There's a few.
No, I had to... Look, it's been a long weekend. But there are some who understand it. But again, the realization for any member of the Avengers, the core group that is there now, this core that we have, that they introduce this dude, Victor Von Doom, who is terrorizing this world or whatever, and they just hear of this mask.
Yeah.
And when they see who's behind the mask, your greatest villain was once your greatest ally.
My only concern is that casting Downey means that mask is not going to be on that much. And Downey,
that's going.
That's going to come off as much as a '90s comic movie.
But here's the thing. I think now at this rate, he's at his point established in the MCU. You can't keep him in the mask.
I just don't know if you pay him $90 million in a private jet to keep him in a mask. You know what I mean? I'm worried about the
optics. I hear that because I forgot what other movie that was. Where it's you pay somebody, he was like, "Oh, they're not gonna put them in no makeup."
Look at Tom Holland, man. The man's never his mask. Spider-Man's running around maskless.
He's always ripping the mask off.
And Downey, that's my worry is you cast Downey Jr. to take a mask off in Hall H. You cast Downey Jr. to take a mask off every 5
maybe we have a movie where it's maybe in this case let's play throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks. Half of Doomsday or a third of Doomsday is him without it until something happens where he puts it on. And then he carries it.
Because we'll know the Doombots are Doombots in a second. Downey's like, "Woody-doody-doo."
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Woody-doody-doo. I'm a little worried.
And there's the GIF.
I worry that I worry that he is such a powerful presence that they're going to want to have that emotion because he is so good that I wanted a more commanding like physical presence and voice and Downey's got so much charisma and mannerism that I worry they're going to play to that.
But I agree with you 100% on that. I think the thing is too is like, who do you do that with that you are willing to sacrifice off for one film?
Oh, he's in 3 at least, right?
No. Well, I mean, he has to be he's the lead into Secret Wars for sure. Yeah. He appears in FF. He's going to appear in FF.
Right into Doomsday, right into Secret Wars. So that's 3 movies.
Well, but someone that the appearance in FF, let's just consider that as a
post-credit. Galactus, Big Bad, Silver Surfer, they're doing enough.
They're doing enough. Boom, boom, right there. Doomsday, him, but then Secret Wars, you want somebody who is just as strong enough, who is going to be able to hold this cast of Avengers and whoever else is around this cast of Avengers, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you're really looking for.
Yeah.
And I think and I get what you're saying, the commanding presence. It was a shock when we got that out of Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
No one expected Josh Brolin's Thanos to be
that powerful.
That powerful, but you know what you're getting. It's hard going this far when you're closing everything up. You need sure shots.
So you like it?
I like it.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And also I'm waiting to see what the story is.
Yeah, that's my big
Yeah, 100%. And that's why, like, when you mentioned earlier, Coy, about like the reveal in the movie, wouldn't that have been amazing if we had gone the full movie without seeing him take off the mask, and then we realized he can do it.
Right.
He can 100%. And we were doing, and we were into it.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was.
Here's my question though: do you?
But that's in a pre-2024 internet world. Like,
that's just what I was about to. You knew exactly where I was going.
I'm still in an ideal how you advertise movies.
Yeah.
It would have leaked immediately. It would have leaked after the screening.
It leaked before the con. Like,
did it leak or did somebody hear it on this show? Tell people.
I mean, I've been. That's a concern, right? Like it's been.
But that's the thing though. Like even still, and I agree with you. Like. People keep saying the reveal. The reveal thing, unfortunately, you got to be in the middle of a town where you do not care about the internet.
Yeah.
Because the reveal wouldn't have been as big. Look, Deadpool and Wolverine has one of the greatest cameos ever, and the cameo themselves revealed it.
Right. Dude, I cannot believe some people were asking earlier about the Deadpool Celebration of Life panel. Neither of you guys were there that Thursday. You were there?
Yeah. I was in the room. I was crazy.
Oh, I bet. I would have loved to be there for it.
I'm sorry, everyone else.
For the next day or the hours following?
The moments after.
Yeah.
But I literally was about to text the cameo. I literally was going to text the cameo because I've worked with the cameo.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, man, what are you doing?
There was a lot of that panel, and I was like, well... And it was dope to be in the room, but it was within minutes that was out there. And they've done such a good job keeping half of them close to the vest.
But once they all were on stage and that one cameo was like, hey, here's a whole video package of everybody coming up. You were like, hey fam, listen, I love you, but
85% of people, 95% of people haven't seen it yet.
Especially if you were at Comic-Con that weekend, you definitely haven't seen it because you couldn't get out. But again,
what a difference how you found out would like. So I saw it at a press screening and it was like really good, but I was the weirdo. And I definitely was like peeling their quills out. It was gross. And then I saw it in that panel, and it was a different movie. Like, the movie's a party. Like, when I saw it on Monday, it was like being at a party where everyone's talking about like hors d'oeuvres. And then on Thursday, it was like being at a party. Like, and so I think it was worth it for Ryan and Hugh and Sean to get to feel that energy because they hadn't had that experience yet. But I wish they had. I don't know, embargoed it, like something. Yeah. Like I wish the big press companies had said like crazy reveals and then shown it on their cover.
Yeah, I don't think you could embargo that though. I think the problem is
I didn't post it till today and people were
here's the thing.
I was like, guys, it's been 5 days.
Here's the thing. I don't think you can embargo something when people are doing this.
100%.
Yeah.
When people are just like
they
this.
They should like comedy shows, dude.
Oh yeah, yonder
comedy
everybody's phone.
Yeah.
If
you want to go on Hall H, lock it up.
Yeah, true.
It's going to take 8 years to get it back, but you want to be in that room? I'm sorry. You were sleeping there 2 days ago. You got time to hand it in.
Yeah.
If Bill Burr can do it with Red Rocks, you can do it with Hall H.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some questions from the audience about this casting and about where what Marvel could do with this character moving forward. Kobe-Wan Kenobi asking, is this the only version of Doom we will get? If not, how long until they introduce the version of Doom we'll follow after Secret Wars?
That's why I keep telling everybody, this is going to be the one for Secret Wars probably.
Right, yeah.
And that's the thing, when everything resets, when the world as we know after Secret Wars has mutants who've always been here, then you'll have your mainstay Doctor Doom. Or you may get, or because again y'all already did it, Cillian Murphy and everybody else you fan casted as Doctor Doom. Since we're doing Secret Wars and doing through the multiverse saga, you're going to get all of them versions.
I don't know if they'd pay Downey that much money to be a piece of a whole.
No. I'm talking about if Downey's these 3 movies
For the
that's for
trilogy.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Downey trilogy and then
the new one afterwards. Yeah, Downey's done after this.
Oh, 100%. But I'm just wondering if like 2029, Cillian Murphy's 60. That sort of thing. Like, I don't know if the fan casting of now will enjoy.
Well, what I'm saying, the fan casting, I'm sorry, you peer through multiverses of different variations of Doom, and that's where you get your Cillian Murphy.
Right, you just get a cameo.
You get a cameo.
You get a moment. Yeah.
That's what I mean. You get those moments. So I think you have this, and then you go forward. And I think, again, I always say this on the show consistently. We as fans, we as film goers or pundits or whatever, look, we got our opinions. We're going to make our opinions. It is what it is, it's for sure. But let's just figure out what the damn movie is first.
That's why I don't have too strong of an opinion yet. Because I've been proven wrong before. And, like, the Russos are especially good with, like, Community at subverting type and, like, playing it. So, show me. And then I'll judge. But, like, as of now, I think it's a little silly. But I'm excited to see why I'm wrong.
Make Jack Attack asking, what MF Doom song did they use for Doomsday?
The whole albums. Get every MF Doom, bro.
Sick, yeah.
He's got to get a tribute.
Yeah.
He's got to.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I could hear a beat in the opening, like
just something in the world just happening. Yeah.
Like, and that playing over the fanfare, like playing over the pages flipping. That'd be dope.
Oh my god.
Have you read the newest Doom issue, #1?
No.
Al Ewing or James Tynion, I forget which one. There's a new Doom #1, and it's a self-contained, it's its own issue, like not a series. Okay. And the opening page is an MF Doom like stanza. It's like
it's got to be.
And it's beautiful that they.
He's got to be. I think that's
something like that.
Yeah, I think we'll get it.
FatCat513 asking a question that was asked a few times on Saturday. Do you think with all the Dooms on stage, maybe they're hinting that there are multiple Dooms? That was interesting that people kind of read into that. It felt like those were just like Doombots.
I thought they were Doombots.
Yeah, LMDs.
Because they had him in a brighter green.
They have him in a brighter green.
Also, like the mannerisms I was talking about Downey, it was funny that you could tell like immediately because he comes out a second late and he's not with the group, and I'm like, that's Downey body language.
When he's like
his body language. Well, even off sides, like they all come out, and then Downey's a second late. And
he's
he catches up. And I'm like, that's a Robert Downey Jr. run.
That's a. I was flirting with somebody probably or chilling in the back, and then they got to come get me.
The lady might have been back there. Oh, like, but
I gotta go.
But the run was so like he's got such a specific physicality. He's an actor. He can change it. But it was funny knowing if you know how the man moves. That's Downey.
So did you know? You know this, and a lot of fans don't know. Only like 6 people total in that whole backstage area knew Robert Downey Jr. was going to be there.
How did we all hear about it so long ago?
Well, they didn't know because we drink.
That's such a bummer. Like I just wish. I mean, I wish that moment had felt more like
we didn't know
revelatory.
Well, I think
it was exciting. Well, don't get me wrong, to be confirmed.
I think the problem is we love what we do so much in this space, right? We love the fact that we're privy to a lot of people who are willing to tell us some things, and we know how to discern whether to tell the public now or later,
right?
Or drop hints and drop crumbs. We're fortunate in that position, right? And so it's different for us.
Right.
But when you got everybody hearing in the back, oh, there's going to be a special guest, and no one has any idea
that's special
who it is, even the people even the Avengers in the back.
Yeah, I love the videos of them getting like shown the footage. So like that's so special.
Yeah,
my homeboy
cool. Losing it.
My homeboy who was with Cap with Mackie was like even with the video that shows like hope I get to kill him. He was like Mackie was like, yo, are you serious?
Yeah, I can't imagine. That'd be so cool.
Festive-wise asking, is RDJ's Doom the Doom from Pedro Pascal's universe or 616 or a different universe altogether? What do you think about that? We talked earlier about about him being in Fantastic Four, right? Will that be the Victor Von Doom in that movie?
No clue. I don't want to guess. And I'm going to tell you why, because there's so much going on in that. I don't want my guess of Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom in this universe when you just gave me the greatest glimpse of Galactus ever.
Oh, yeah. Great tease. Great tease.
So I don't want to be worrying about seeing him the whole film when I got a real Galactus now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We went through a cloud.
We survived.
We went through a cloud.
A cloud, bro. And then we had this tease. Let me enjoy the regular Galactus.
'Cause that's so special. I think I personally just think because of that, they won't want to rush it, and I think post-credit might be the way, and that would be in our universe, because I think the film's going to be like, 70% their universe. I think the female Silver Surfer is going to be their universe. I think the marker of them being in a different universe is going to be Silver Surfer. I think we're going to meet Norrin Rad in ours. I think female Silver Surfer, played by the girl from Ozark, is
Shalabal.
Yeah, that's going to be there. And then when they get here, they meet Norrin Rad, and that's them being like, whoa, we're not in Kansas anymore. I also think the movie's going to be shot in 4:3, and I think when they come to our universe, it's going to be 6:9.
Oh, wide now. Oh, my
I think
God.
it's literally going to be a perspective.
They probably will. It could be, yeah.
Wouldn't that be dope? So I think it's going to be a 4:3 film for the lion's share. The perspective shifts both narratively and physically, and then they meet a Norrin Rad versus a Shalabal.
Also, I think the fact of I just had
never know how to say it.
Shalabal, yeah. I think the thing is the negative zone is going to play a big factor too, because also the quantum realm is open now.
Yeah.
So you can either do quantum realm or negative zone. That's going to play into the universal element too.
And therefore you don't need Doom until
you don't.
I think you save it. I do think he's in it, but I think it's not going to be
the post-credit scene can have can have a it'll have the little cryon at the bottom, Earth, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And then something happens. I'll give you. Please don't take this as dogmatic law. Kelsey Grammer's Beast is somewhere talking to Monica Rambeau in the post-credit scene. That tells you what the Earth designation is. And then he talks about, he's having a discussion with the other X-Men. Doom has done something else, and they're watching it, and then maybe that's the reveal of Doom. But that lets you know it's in another universe. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, right.
As opposed to, seeing through time and space.
Yeah. I like the 4:3 thing too, Coy. I think
it's dope if they...
Big blockbuster storytelling is too afraid. Everyone's like, how come I don't have more of the screen
I think
when I
it's
watch
gonna be
the movie?
A bold movie, dude. I think that movie's gonna be.
I think Shankman gonna play. He gonna let you have it on this.
Dude, WandaVision is the first 3 episodes.
True,
the 4:3.
yeah.
Are 4:3? Yes, they are.
I think they're gonna make some swings.
I hope so.
Did you see the leaked footage?
I haven't.
So
I want to see it released, just because I don't want to see it blurry.
Yeah.
Well, somebody camera that I saw had some good.
Okay, so I haven't.
So some good. That was a great ass camera, by the way. It must have been a Samsung.
A red 4K sitting offside.
It must have been. But if you look at it, it has that old 1960s "Let's Make a Deal" dating game feel, which means either that was just teaser footage or
they haven't started filming yet. I was like,
they filmed it for that.
But I love when they start filming tomorrow from the day they filmed. It was yesterday for our time.
Yeah.
But they're like, but we've got footage. And I was like, how do you time displacement?
But also, that's crazy thing about it too, because the Fantastic car that they brought in that they're using
Jetsons car
is the Jetsons car.
Yeah. And that I saw in room. Okay. That was dope.
So it's like it makes you wonder, what are we doing? Are we playing with time and everything?
I think it's gonna feel like Tomorrowland. I think it's gonna feel like retro future.
It's gonna change. Things will change. Yeah. Again, the WandaVision element. What he did.
And that's why I think it's gonna be bolder than. Plus, Marvel wants to take some swings because I feel like they're not taking as many creative swings with storytelling and casting, so they're gonna take them with visuals.
But again, Matt Shankman's perfect. And also, can we just say this for Evan? Look, Evan, I don't know if you noticed this. When you and I do this. There are people out there that are just like, oh, let him talk. Oh, let him talk. Nerd out. Oh, God. Oh, please let him nerd.
Also, dude, you said Sister Sage watched the show. One of my favorite characters.
She's so amazing, man.
In this new season. And, the fact that I say that because I love that nerds making the art appreciate us nerding about the art. And it's like an Ouroboros of appreciation. And that was one of the cool moments of Comic-Con.
Damn right.
Was meeting people that, we discuss saying they appreciate this take or that take or this take or that take. So much love back.
That's sick. All right, we've got more to talk about as we look forward towards the MCU. But first, here's Zach from the past to talk about one of our sponsors.
Hey, Zach here to tell you about one of our sponsors today, Raid Shadow Legends. We've been playing Raid for a few years now, and we're not alone. Raid is an awesome mobile RPG that has over 4 million users and over 250 million downloads. It has over 800 playable champions and 16 factions to choose from, with over 30 bosses to take down and literally over 1 million playable builds, so you'll never get bored. It's got monthly content updates and is fully cross-platform, so you can play with your friends or family without worrying about being trapped in whatever walled garden you're in. Click the link in the description below to get started with Raid and see why it's so highly rated in the App Store. You'll immediately get a huge starter pack with an epic champion, Tyrell from the High Elves faction. He's got nice pointy ears. Many players consider Tyrell to be the very best epic that Raid Shadow Legends has to offer, with his arsenal of high-powered debuffs suited for all occasions. And you'll get another starter pack after reaching level 25 that includes an epic Rector Drath. She's one of the strongest support epics that you'll definitely need in your collection. Come find us and join Clan New Rockstars. We'll see you in Raid.
Thank you, Zach. And also, check out nerdriot.shop where you can get some Breakroom merch. You can get some of these mugs. Look at this. Look at this Deadpool mug.
Cute.
Show them the other side. Incredible.
Little dog poo.
So check out nerdriot.shop, the best way to support all 3 channels in the Nerd Riot Network, in the new Rockstars Network. All right, so what do you guys make of this change with Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty? Do you think they ever address Kang in universe?
He didn't become a major threat. Yeah. He technically never became a major threat.
You just have Paul Rudd just freaking out, like, there's this guy. They're like, it's fine.
There was this guy, but guess what? My aunts ate this guy and dealt with this guy.
I honestly think the way they handled it in Loki kind of buttoned it up. Like, I don't think it was originally intended to, but the narrative of someone that controls time losing the plot and the guy that controls stories manipulating that so he controls it is kind of perfect because the way we express time as human beings is through stories. So from a storytelling narrative, the narrative of a storyteller becomes all powerful. Loki's now the god of stories, therefore the god of time is irrelevant because the way we experience time is narrative. So if the narrative is accomplished, time is irrelevant.
Yeah, and I think that it would maybe just be too clunky, right, to just move through.
I think if you add a new guy and you were like, look at this giant council of Kangs, it was a whole stadium. Why is this a new guy?
Which is why Doom is irrelevant. Doom is there. This is how you address him.
Yeah.
Doom will eliminate that council.
Yeah.
Let him eliminate the council, and that's it. Boom.
I don't even know if they say it. I don't know if we.
Because I don't think he doesn't. You don't have to say it. You just have him. You just have an action. You don't need a giant scene.
Slow mo walking away from an explosion, and it's a giant coliseum of
Kangs. That's it. You don't need nothing major to really do it. I think.
Pun intended.
Ooh.
See what you did there.
Just saying. You don't need it.
But you don't need anything massive. I already did major. But you don't need anything like that. Just let it be.
Yeah.
Because we didn't establish him as the major. We were told he was the big threat. This is what we were told. All we got was he who remains. He died, right? We got Victor Timely. He died. We got Kang. He died.
Loki's in control.
Loki's in control.
And there's just a bunch of other dudes just hanging out, just like plotting and scheming, but they're all far away.
At some point, they'll interact with him in the tree, the branch. They'll interact with Loki, and they'll say there was a guy. He'll tell you there was a guy.
Yeah.
But this is where I stand. So, yeah.
McJack Tack asking a fun question here. What movie, if they do, would be sandwiched in between Doomsday and Secret Wars? So there was a lot of rumors, right, that maybe Secret Wars would get broken into 2 parts. A lot of people out there hoping that there could be like an X-Men versus the Avengers thing with like Deadpool and Wolverine, now kind of more in the consciousness. But that movie came out. Don't know if they're really setting that up. Like, do you think like would they put in like a big event movie in between those two?
I think we'll get like Captain Marvel, where between Infinity War and Endgame there was an event movie, but we're getting the literal same scenario where the Russo brothers are doing a 1- and 2-part film. It's just called Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah, they're literally gonna film it all at the same time.
So, and it comes out soon. Like, it's crazy how soon it comes out.
Yeah.
Which means that script. That means it comes out 2020. When does Doomsday drop?
2026.
May.
Which means
less than 2 years. 22 months from now.
Oh my God, where will I be?
Do you have to hopefully this country still exists.
That's true, the song might be irrelevant.
So,
that's true.
But you got to think about it. They're getting ready to start. That means the script is already pretty much done. They know how long it takes visually.
Yeah.
With the visual effects and whatnot. And if you're going to do 2 movies back to back, you really don't. I know what we had with Infinity War and Avengers. You really don't need a movie in between. The only reason you had the Captain Marvel movie in between was to introduce her, right? There's unless the only movie there's only one movie that can pop in between the 2. You wanna know what that is? The new X-Men movie. That's the only movie that can pop in between the 2.
I got one more.
Which one?
Spider-Man 4.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think he's gonna be an integral part, and I think they might build the story up for him, and then like I think he's gonna land the big way in Secret Wars.
Oh,
I can see Spider-Man 4 landing.
okay, yeah, those
Kind
two.
of the way they did like Ant-Man 2 came out after Infinity War, but
Right.
could lead into.
And I think Spider-Man's gonna be a pretty integral part, maybe even getting a black suit.
Yeah.
Because also, I think we might actually get the actual Venom. Yeah,
The way it's done right.
Yes.
I could see that, and I could also see alternatively Spider-Man being the next movie after Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Like I think Spider-Man's gonna be wherever he is important to either of the Avengers films as the next anchor.
He's in it regardless.
Yeah.
Like, he's in it, but I think he might get a solo movie based on the timing. Do we have a phase? Can we see the schedule again, just real quick? So as of now, we have Blade vaguely.
We're assuming, and this is like also assumptions because it wasn't mentioned in the panel.
No,
so,
but very conscious.
yeah,
But that's also the films.
yeah, that's the film.
If you look at it again, that's not. So can I see the one
August
for Phase
11th,
5?
we'll find
Can I see
out.
Phase 5 real quick? Okay. So there's only Agatha and Ironheart mentioned right there, and Daredevil.
yeah.
So you still are going to probably get some other special presentation. There's a potential. It's a very, 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 very loose potential of a Midnight Suns thing.
Yeah.
It's a very loose potential. So you might get that. Your Eternals are gone.
We're not gonna get 1 year, one movie around Avengers, so I think something will.
We'll get a special presentation or a TV thing.
I think a movie. I just don't know what.
I don't think we get.
I don't think you.
Do you think we get the young ones?
I don't think you do Avengers one year and get another Avengers. Like that'd be crazy if
Why
Marvel would be
not?
like, because they like money too much.
But this is very fair.
Like it's great. Like,
It's very fair.
Oh, it's May. Let's wait a year, or we can profit. Like it's crazy.
But
Yeah.
also, and again, whatever movies in between, we'll
When's the
have
last
it.
time we had that? Iron Man
Avenger-
came out the same year as Incredible Hulk. We have not had a single Marvel movie a year except for Deadpool this year.
Well, that was before this. There was this thing called the Marvel Cinematic
That's what I'm
Universe.
saying. We haven't. This is the first time it's happened since it happened.
Yeah.
Since Marvel birthed itself in 2008. This is the first year. I cannot imagine they go, you know what, after Doomsday, let's take a little nap. Like, there's got to be something.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, just because of money.
To that point, though, to your point, Jay, I feel like they could be like, the multiverse is too big, right? And we're talking about that this could be a big soft reboot, reset for Marvel overall. It could be like, let's make it smaller, let's make it all more self-contained, and that's how it could be.
A small February something, or X-Men or Spider-Man. It's either going to be a crazy movie that can sustain a December release.
Oh, Doctor Strange.
It's got to be somewhere.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Doctor Strange 3.
November, Doctor Strange 3.
That's
like,
what
it'll
it
be
is.
after Doomsday, Doctor
Strange 3
November.
lead right into Secret Wars.
And then,
There you
and
go.
maybe even something small like Blade, just budget-wise, not character-wise. Something small like Blade February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that Doctor Strange November, Blade February, if they can film it. And then Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I want it. I want it, man. You know I want it. I love Mahershala. And I've seen Deadpool. I heard it. I felt it. I sensed it.
All right. I'm not gonna say nothing. I gotta be quiet right now. I have to shut up on some things.
Oh boy. Yeah. So, do you think we get either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield coming back in any capacity? I feel like
Evan, I love you so much. Evan, you've asked the question that everyone knows the answer to. It's yes, they're coming back.
Secret Wars is going to be
It's Secret Wars,
the
dog.
biggest cast.
It's Secret Wars, dog.
yeah.
There's no reason, and I joke with Evan, but there's no reason you've opened the door
Sure.
that you did in
yeah.
No Way Home and everything, unless you're setting up everybody coming to that's still around coming to Secret Wars.
Yeah. It's a lot of money though.
First of all,
make a lot.
First of all, let's calm down with this. Hey, listen, guys. This is our budget for the talent alone is, oh my God, our talent budget is $52 million. What do we do with that?
They're paying down in islands now.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my
They're
gosh.
just like, you want some land? We've got these 7 islands. Like at this
And-
point, he's making what $100 million is like the base if it's more than 80.
And
Yeah.
your island, we made sure your island specifically, Mr. Downey Jr., has fresh water around
Right,
it.
right. Exactly.
Oh, God,
We've changed the
yeah.
planet.
We've changed the planet.
But so
for
I think that they're, the movie's gonna make $2 billion. I think they're gonna throw some money at talent. I think Secret Wars escalation is how this all works. Like, how do
Yeah.
you get bigger than Avengers, Age of Ultron? How do you get bigger than Age of Ultron? Civil War. How do you get bigger than Civil War? Infinity War. What do you do that's bigger than Infinity War? Endgame. How do you top that? Doomsday. Oh my God, nothing can be bigger. Oh, except for everyone ever. and then you have to restart because
after that you
escalation-
can't go. You can't make it any bigger.
And that's what
right?
streamers are finding out. They always thought they were going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and now we're just canceling streamers because like you can't keep growing. Like infinite growth is impossible. So Secret Wars has to be everything because at the end of the day, it's got to stop somewhere.
And again, I agree 100%, and I go back to what I said about DC. The storylines are meant to be that way.
Yeah.
The storylines are meant to be, we're done.
Yeah, and then you just...
And I'm so stoked that James Gunn's talking about how he's mapped it out like all the way. Like he's got like this crazy plan.
I'll say this. Look, I know a lot of people have their thoughts on the behind-the-scenes photos from Superman, which was once titled Superman Legacy. It has to do $1 billion for sure. That movie has, in order for that universe to exist fully with his plan, which don't get me wrong, I believe he has a full plan he hasn't showed us. That movie, which is the kickoff movie, has to do $1 billion.
Wrap today? Superman rap? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm confident in it.
I think so. I think everyone's like...
I'm confident in James Gunn.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I will never I love James Gunn's track record on what he's done in film. Look, I'm mad. I was telling somebody this other day. We don't even celebrate Guardians 3 as much as it should have been celebrated because we're so busy worried about Superman right now.
I think like everyone celebrated it, but went like, oh, but it's not phase 4 or 5 because it's a James Gunn wrap up of phase 3.
Right.
But that's how much confidence we have in Gunn. We don't celebrate it because the asterisks of how good he is.
How he is.
Like it literally is his goodness that we're like, eh. But I'm confident in the cast. I'm confident in like what it looks like.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the goodwill of people and moviegoers who have been like, they feel. You even have this with Marvel Studios. You have people who feel burned by the movies.
Look at what Deadpool's doing, number-wise.
Yeah, but look what it took for Deadpool to do that. This isn't. It didn't take just a regular like Deadpool coming to MCU. Like I said earlier, that was a guaranteed billion,
right?
For sure. The addition of Hugh Jackman
made it astronomical.
You've had the DC universe, DCEU, however you want to call it, go through so much where it had so much goodwill and it lost it so many different times where. Everything is like people are like, do I want to risk it going to see this?
I would honestly say this without hyperbole. I don't think a film has ever had the stakes that Superman has.
Yeah, no,
I don't think in the
we've been
history
saying
of
it.
filmmaking,
100%.
because Warner Brothers is tits up. If
Yeah.
Superman. Like that's it. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but that's how I feel. But like I feel like it's really like the end of a studio.
Yeah.
Because if they're selling off their movies now and they're investing all this,
I can watch DC movies on Tubi.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, all of the
DC movies are on, and you do not have to pay extra for.
Whoa.
Yeah,
did not. Know.
Tubi is free. You just gotta
Tubi
watch a
is
bunch of
free.
ads.
Wow.
Yeah, I can watch every single DC movie, even the most recent ones, on Tubi.
And I don't know how much money they put into getting people to stop talking about that Acme movie I wanted to see, but nobody's talking about it. Like they're just out here just scrapping stuff. So like I think the movie has the highest stakes of a movie that has.
Ryan Painter asking, do you think we get an MCU timeline at D23? I think they're too nervous to put out a timeline.
I think they shouldn't.
I think they should.
I think we going in 2037 when your children are 50. Like we don't do that anymore. Like it's not smart because life changes. They've had so many curveballs.
Yeah.
And as it is, people are starting to go like, oh, you changed Kang Dynasty to Doomsday. That's like what happened to the DCEU. They just started cutting stuff. You don't want the optics that you changed anything. You don't map things out. You don't like. Just give us 2 years worth at most.
Yeah.
Like I think the map we have.
That's pretty good.
That's what. Right. I think D23 should be TV, and I don't even think it should be TV into 2027. I think it should be TV into 2026.
Yeah.
It's just TV what you got right now.
Yeah.
The stuff we know about Wonder Man, Agatha, Daredevil.
Whatever Paul Bettany's about to do.
Ironheart.
But the stuff we know.
That's been shot.
Yeah, Ironheart that's been done twice.
Well, no, and because it just recently got done with reshoots.
Yeah.
So
and I'm stoked for Ironheart.
I gotta go.
Dominique's a dog.
I didn't know that. I gotta go.
What? You didn't know what?
That they shot more for
Oh
it.
yeah, it's done twice. It's done a second time.
Well, you gotta remember. So here's another thing we forget too. I think people forget this one big part when it comes to these films. The film industry, as of right now, is finally starting to get back on full track.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, COVID was a thing for a long time, even just with the restrictions on filming. Then right after COVID, and it seemed like things were back to normal, you were hit with a double strike.
Yeah.
And that messed things up. So when it comes to timelines, as far as what dates are going to be released for stuff like that, everything got shuffled.
And a lot of it was out of their own control.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Some things, life happens.
Yes.
And I think we should give the grace to, no one's ever done any of this before.
Yes.
There's never been a shared universe to this scale.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's smart of them, because like, who knows what nuclear fallout happens in 2025.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't plan stuff.
Yeah, it's less pressure off them. You know, they can control the amount of pressure.
Plus, like, let us enjoy a little mystery.
Yeah. I want to ask this question only to introduce a topic. SR01274 asking, do you think Doom will be going across the multiverse, killing off anchor beings and causing incursions to lead to Secret Wars? We've been saying we don't want to speculate too much on the story. What I want to take away from this question right now is anchor beings, the concept introduced in Deadpool and Wolverine. Do you think that is something that they continue using as a kind of story, device moving forward?
Feige invented it, and they're putting it into the comics, so I think it's pretty much when the boss says anchor beings, you say
when
anchor beings.
When he made a term for a reason.
Yeah,
and I also think there's like a 10-year plan that he has, seen over. Also, like the ship is being righted because all the stuff that was kind of out of his control because he was everywhere, and then also other people were fighting for control. Now that he's in control again, now there feels like optimism.
Yeah.
So I don't think as soon as he's like, no, we got this, they'd be like, I don't know about his ideas. Since it's from the top, I feel like anchor beings are here to stay.
There's no more Ike Perlmutter to worry about at all.
As of last week, all that shit is sold.
All of it's gone.
Right. Yeah. It's all sold there. Another question, Ryan Painter here. How much change do you think they made from Kang Dynasty to Doomsday? I think that's interesting. Like, that's not just you swap out a villain.
No.
Right?
New movie, who dis? Michael Waldron's gone.
Yeah.
They brought in, Marcus and maybe McFeely or one of the two, but I think both are going to finally.
They're going to be together.
It's going to be.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And I imagine the truckload of money that got backed into his house is probably like
that Brinks truck and the ATM machine is sitting right there in both of their driveways.
And I love that Downey's like, I'm not working without the Russos. So I imagine the Russos are like, we're not doing like it's a team.
It's a team.
Yeah.
Plus those guys are so nerdy and love this stuff. I imagine they'd want to play in it.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in both Marcus and McFeely's individual offices where there are comic books, printouts, and there's this big board with every line connecting.
The Charlie Day board.
The Charlie Day board.
Yeah.
Because you know it is, because it's like, all right, what stories are we pulling from?
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to think Secret Wars in the Secret Wars comics, which first of all, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get some of it, not all of it.
Also, it doesn't work as the medium of film in the narrative.
It does not work. So exactly. So do not go buying Secret Wars being like, I know exactly what everything is going to be.
But buy it to have a good read.
To have a great read. But you got all these different issues. You're going to go to Doom, kills the Marvel Universe. Look some of that, because parts of those are going to get pulled. Parts of different runs and everything. The Infamous Iron Man, all these different things.
3 different Secret Wars. They're all very different. Secret Wars 1986 gives you the Spider-Man black suit, and it gives you a lot of really cool stories with Battleworld and Doom. The newest Secret Wars gives you a lot of Battleworld a different way. Doom, oh god, Emperor Doom is so awesome. And it gives you a lot of incursions. Secret Wars 2, which came out 3 years after Secret Wars 1, is literally like watching Doom try to navigate, watching the Beyonder try to navigate the world. It's like a slice of life comedy. It's very weird. Like, it's gonna be a blend of
Who's
weird.
the Beyonder?
Beyonder is a man in a jumpsuit and a Jerry curls. Oh, Mark Hamill.
Did you say in a fucking...
You heard me. A tracksuit and Jerry curls. That's who Beyonder is. That's my opening description. You tell me that I wasn't right in that description. Look at that man. You tell me that's not what he looks like. He is a tracksuit wearing Jerry curled Mark Hamill. That's who he is. And I want it, and I need it, and cast him.
Yeah, we'll put the picture up right now. in the YouTube version.
That's what you do. You make it happen. He's been wanting in. Knock, knock.
Oh, shit!
That'd be pretty fun.
But no,
that'd be pretty fun.
Because
He's gotta be weird.
He's an essential part of everything.
He's gotta be like Jeff Goldblum weird.
Let me ask you this question, and this I pose to you, Evan, as well. I'm sorry for asking this question, ladies and gentlemen. I'm prefacing my apologies right now to the chat. I'm sorry. Do we see Dakota Johnson as Madam Web?
Dude.
She is a big part of this.
I would have said 100% no until it broke Netflix records. And I literally would have, and now I'm still 99% no, but 1% is like, oh no. Like 1%, it's the smallest part of my body. It's like 0.1%. It's a molecule. It's a single part of me.
Y'all, people can understand. It went on Netflix.
People love memes.
And they went crazy for it.
We just pan past her in a montage. Like if we just show the web of spiders.
I mean, her web connects us all.
It does. It
Yes.
really does.
And that's what I'm saying. Do we get a version of Dakota Johnson as Madam Web?
99.9% no, but that 0.1% is going to haunt me until the credits roll.
I like scrolling through the chat and seeing a bunch of there was a bunch of yeses here, and then a bunch of nos, and then.
Oh God, no! Oh fuck!
What is this about?
Putting it to a
Is it
poll.
about tracksuit Jerry curls?
Just about Dakota Johnson.
Oh,
showing
okay.
up.
But hold on, as right now.
Is there 0.1%? Because that's how I feel.
Look, it's tied between yes and oh God no. Oh God no is winning right now. Oh God no's in the lead right now. Let's see
There
how
are
it goes.
2 votes.
Oh, yes, it's tied up right now.
There
Oh
are
my God,
2
here we
votes.
go.
Those are the people.
Here we go right now. Oh,
Those are the people.
no is actually still not. No is not an option now. No, oh God no. Okay, and right now yes is in the lead with 50%. 50%. Yes. Oh my God. I'm telling you, people are believing that she will be in this mood. We're going at the
I don't think she'll be in it, but if there's a potential.
Oh my God, 51%. Oh God knows at 51% right now, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, let's see how we're going. All right, and yes, it's still.
It just it does the end of the Flash where it just shows her world in a bubble,
Yeah,
but it's just a last scene
offside.
where she goes, "Bless you," and then the girl sneezes.
So she crashes another vehicle into people because
And
her
we're coming, oh my
superpower is
God, oh my
driving
God, it's
forward.
now up to 62%. Everyone's like, don't you fucking do this at all. Yes, it's up to 30%. No is only at 4%. Only 10 of you all have voted for a no. Oh my God.
My bigger concern is that May 26th is going to be Morbin time.
Oh,
Someone just said in the comments, what about Morbius? It was Addison in the chat. What about Morbius? Morbius is coming up. Oh, no, we don't want to see Jared Leto do shit. All right. We're at 56%.
I haven't seen the video yet, but apparently someone thought Robert Downey Jr. was Jared Leto.
Someone in the crowd near someone filming was like, Jared Leto, and I was like,
They should have punched him in the throat as soon as they said it.
They didn't say it again.
So I said, if we could get a variant, I'd be into it. All right, I love you too. I love all of y'all right now. Follow me on Instagram, please. Follow me. I need it right now. And Morbius is in this. Morbius is in the Midnight Suns. Please, God, no. Oh God, if Morbius is in the Midnight Suns, we all will blow our brains out. Okay. Oh God, knows that.
Blade's got to kill somebody, you guys.
Blade's got to kill somebody. This is it. We've got 100.
Somebody said, how do we have more votes than people in the chat? That is hilarious. Look, 42%
You can
right now.
juice the polls. Did you know you can juice the polls?
Oh, God knows we're juiced up as of right now. They have juiced up the poll. The winner is, oh, God, no.
I support this. I don't dislike many movies. I support this.
Oh, God, no.
If there's the Netflix, like, what were those Asylum films? If they make Secret Wars, like the Asylum Secret Wars, Madam Web can lead.
But it's the thing, it's just the thing. We've shown that no matter what,
it's all possible.
It's possible when you bring in all these characters, these legacy characters, no matter what, you know, it is a Sony property. And even Morbius to a lesser extent. And I'm going to tell you something. I'll do cocaine before they bring Morbius back in. And
that said, incursion question, I do think there is going to be an element of incursions being weaponized. And I do think that can be...
People say stop.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
I needed to have to stop.
Weaponized incursions. I think Doom might. I think that would make sense.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's the way they just utilize the multiverses and show people like, and these are timelines, these are multiverses, they're all crashing together. Now you see it as a map. We'll like sort it all out, and then we're locking all the gates. And then that's it.
Do you know the only time I really want an incursion is when all my bills are due at one time, and like you about to pay your bill collectors, and it just is done. That's it. Everything is just swiped away, and it's like we're in a brand new world. And like, oh my God, what happened?
That's what it feels like in the second of every month, though. You just survive the first, and then whatever's left in the second.
Let me tell you something. I just got paid from OnlyFans, and
you're good till the second.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And then all that money that went from OnlyFans.
Wikifeet.com/JWalker.
Absolutely not. My feet look like some shit out the Flintstones. If you want to yabba dabba do with these toenails, then not.
Some people are into it. Kind of fat. It's on the shirt.
Damn right he is. And he looks good with doing it. Hello, ladies. But anyway, as soon as the money came in, it was like, well, let me pay this bill, let me pay that bill, let me pay this bill. You know, so you got to shake that ass to get some cash and then do it at MCU a little bit too.
Jay and I had a very different San Diego Comic-Con. He had a lot of blurred and bougie parties that I didn't know what was happening at. I'm glad they went well. I heard they were great.
Culture rated, baby.
Hey, that's it for us today. Make sure to subscribe.
Where do we go from there?
Breakroom channel on YouTube and give us a follow on Twitch where we do videos like this live. Guys, where can the people find you?
Coy?
Well, you can find me. I'm really trying to grow my YouTube. I got like 4,000 new subscribers with Deadpool and Wolverine, which I really appreciate. I do a lot of comic breakdowns. I read 70 comics a week, so you don't have to. I give you the top 9 of the week, and I break down the more accessible stuff. Also doing lots of coverage that I just saw all the Comic-Con stuff today, so I'm trying to cover that. So at Coy Jandreau over on YouTube and at Coy Jandreau everywhere else, but really trying to grow that YouTube, so thank you.
So, as far as YouTube goes, I've been doing some old movie reviews. I finally reviewed Godzilla Kong. It's like, yo, the best part is Kong seeing Godzilla and Kong being like, hey, bro, I need to talk. Hey, bro, just chill out.
Give me a minute.
Hey, bro, just this hole. And Godzilla like, damn, all that square, homie. But YouTube.com/MrJWashington. And the reason being, I'm dropping my comedy special, Phenomenal Blurred, on my birthday, August 25th. So it'll only drop on my YouTube channel, YouTube.com/MrJWashington. Subscribe to that and follow me on Instagram. Everybody watching this now, follow your boy. Thank you.
Hell yeah. You can follow the Breakroom at Breakroom NR across all social platforms. We'll catch you next time. See you later.